Hi Aries, how are you doing? So we're doing a brief mid-September check-in today. This can also count as a full moon in Pisces message for the full moon on the 18th of September. It will be a super moon and a partial lunar eclipse as well. So my September has been so busy. I'll be resuming the more in-depth readings when we get to October. We're starting off with a message for you from the Power of Surrender deck first of all. So what does Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising need to know for the rest of September and for that full moon? And you have that one fell. What fell on top of it actually? Surrender to silence. Okay, you've got surrender to your soul's path. I mean, Aquarius just got this, and in terms of your soul's path, it can be cutting out any distractions from your soul path with that card showing up here. You've got surrender to spirit on the bottom of the deck as well, if you can see that. So let's get your tarot up. Let's read the message first. It says, your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So we're going to get onto the tarot cards for you next. So what else do we need to know for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising for mid-September, well, the rest of September, and for that full moon as well? Right, we have the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles, okay. I feel like someone's questioning if something's worth it, to be honest. So it may be specifically in terms of your path. You have an opportunity in front of you, or you have a path to choose, or options of what to choose, and you're like, you may be asking which one feels more right or authentic to you. Or there may be something specific where you're feeling like something's not worth it. I know one time, and probably not just once, I've probably been told this multiple times, but I remember one specific reader. Her name is, I think she pronounces it Jai, Jai, and her channel is called Channel for Grace. And I remember years ago she did a reading for me, and she said, I think one of my questions was, am I on the right path? And she said, well, there's no wrong path, you're always on the right path. Even if you like make mistakes, it's not wrong or right, it's just the path. And then whatever happens, you can either continue on that path or change, course. We say course correct, but is it even course correct? I don't even know. But yeah, whatever path you choose, you can either choose to stay on it or switch it up. So it's not necessarily wrong or right. I mean, I know that's obviously when shit happens and we get hurt and etc., but there's always things to learn from those situations, aren't there? So yeah, spiritually it's not really like a wrong path, is it really? But anyway, let's continue. So we've got the Queen of Swords. You may be needing to become clearer. I feel like saying you might need to become clear on what you want your story to be. And that can help you decide what path to choose, what path feels worth it. That's one thing that comes to mind. Or just becoming clearer. The word enlightened is coming to mind as well. Liberated is coming to mind as well. Let's see what else comes out here. I wish I'd said it before. I was literally going to say the word harmonious comes to mind as well, and then the Five of Wands came out. I was looking at that sword and thinking harmonious. I'm not sure why, because there's nothing about the Queen of Swords that represents... Oh, okay, tell a lie. It's a Libra card, isn't it? And Libra is connected to harmony. But yeah, I was literally thinking about harmonious, and the Five of Wands came out. You might be thinking, whatever path you choose, you don't necessarily... I mean, I know we could say that Aries likes a challenge. You might be contemplating how hard it's going to be and if it's worth it. Anything else? Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. I mean, the Knight of Wands is definitely about choosing a direction or going in a new direction. Knight of Swords can be connected to authenticity. You might be deciding, so I've already said authenticity, you might be deciding which path is the most adventurous. But it feels with that Queen of Swords, there's a need to become very clear. Again, I'll say on what you want your story to be. And obviously we do have free will. Well, I think we have free will. Who knows at this point? There's an element of free will, but obviously I do soul contract readings. You may have seen my soul contract readings or not. If not, you might want to check it out. I haven't done one in a while because I just literally haven't had the time, but I really enjoy doing them. But for me, the soul contract, it's more about the things that before you incarnated into the human experience, the agreements that you made of some of the things that you wanted to experience, some of the people that you were going to connect with or cross paths with. So it's some of the circumstances or experiences that you've had like pre-planned before you became human on earth. Agreements that you've made, and there's some of that there, but some of life it's the choices, isn't it, that you make and you decide. So it's kind of a combination of the two, really. It's a combination of the two, but what do you want your story to be? I mean, I know we can't necessarily always have exactly what we want and have things go exactly to plan, but we can kind of lay a bit of a foundation or have a bit of an idea and then use that to kind of choose the path that we want to go on. I can't think of much more to give other than that, to be honest. What feels like it's worth it in terms of the story you want to create for your life? What feels like it would be worth it, even if it is challenging? What feels like it would be worth it? You may not want the easy route. You may want the easy route. You may not want the easy route. It depends on you. But what feels like it? You want that to be your story. I can't think of anything else that comes up here. I feel like saying what feels like the biggest adventure for at least someone here. What would feel like the biggest adventure? Okay. I think that's it, to be honest. For the full moon, there may be a need to release any kind of hesitation, possibly. It's not to say you have to rush, although you've got two cards of rushing here with the Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. It's not saying you have to rush, but you may need to release the hesitation to get clearer. Okay. I think that's it for you. As I said, it is going to be a brief message due to my busyness, and I hope the rest of September goes well for you, and I will be back for the typical, more in-depth readings in October. So until then, take care.